Hi everyone, my name is Chris. My channel is called The Body Wish, your gateway to holistic remedies, wellness tips, and improved mindset. Welcome to my series, Wellementary, where I connect with experts in fitness, nutrition, along with my recommendations to help you live a healthy and abundant life. Hey, YouTube. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. My name is Chris. My channel is called The Body Wish. It was called The Body Wish yesterday, and nothing's changed in the last 24 hours in that respect. So I'm in the health and wellness industry, and I help people to achieve and maintain optimal well-being. I do this in part through education. I recommend certain foods that help people on their weight loss journey and their wellness journey. I also help people to improve their mindset. These two facets make up us, our well-being. Good nutrition, higher sense of self-confidence, and that sets you up for success for the long haul. So I'm going to be talking about a problem that affects more than half of the population, and that is the struggle with excessive weight gain, food noise, and all the things that go with that. I'll be sharing some science since I like to lead with clinical science versus give you my opinion of how the earth spins around the sun. There's a lot of bro science out there and anecdotal claims that really don't have any medical proof to stand on their own. So I prefer to lead with the science, and then you guys can make up your own mind from there. So I will be talking to you about food noise. I'm going to delve into counting calories, which is what this presentation is about. I'm going to point out what it is and what it is not. And I will also introduce a holistic nutritional system that has helped tens of thousands of people not only lose weight in the short term, but keep it off for the long haul. So it's the latter that is tripping a lot of people up who are doing calorie deficit in some shape or form, whether it's a diet, whether it's these pharmaceutical drugs. Calorie counting is actually obsolete science. Tonight's presentation is intended for educational purposes. I'm not here to diagnose, treat, cure, or wave a wand to make you feel good. That is the role of your healthcare practitioner. All right, so put your seatbelt on. Let's get started and delve in. First thing I want to talk about is food noise, and then I'll go into calorie counting and explain why calorie counting doesn't work for most people. But first, let's talk food noise, since that's where people develop this chronic habit of eating because they're not feeling satiated. Now, there's different schools of thought about food noise. Some people here on this platform, I've watched many videos where they come at it from the approach of more of a place of psychology, because they're trying to understand the relationship that the individual is having with food. And I think all of that has a valid place in the world. However, I come at it more from the place of nutrition, because nutrition is really what food cravings are about. It's the body telling us that it's time to eat. However, the reason why these food cravings stay persistent is we've gotten so far away from nourishing our body, it's not even funny anymore. Take into account, more than half the population is overweight. Half that group is pre-diabetic, the other half is obese. Compare that with the 1960s when only 10% of the population was overweight. So what's changed? Did becoming overweight just drop out of the sky and start landing on people? I don't think so. Instead, the conditions are being created in the body for this to manifest. So let's go back to food cravings. Cravings are how your body tells you it needs food. It needs nourishment. All right, but if you're eating foods that are low in protein and low in fiber and has heaping amounts of processed sugar on it, you're not nourishing your body. So that's going to make these food cravings more persistent. They're going to become obsessive because you're not giving your body what it needs. See, in this country, we're being overfed and undernourished. And unfortunately, a lot of the foods in the supermarket are nutritionally bankrupt. They don't have the nutrients in the abundance that they had, say, 60 or 70 years ago. That's why people are hungry all the time. It's not because they didn't get enough to eat. They're not getting enough nutrients. So let's say you're one of these people who's been struggling with this, and now you're at a point where you've gotten overweight and you recognize the risks that that poses to your health. So most people are reaching for some method of calorie deficit to get your weight under control. Now, interesting thing about counting calories is that your body doesn't even know what a calorie is. Your body does not count calories. All the body understands is nutrition. And it's the quality of the nutrition that you give it is going to play a direct role in how well your body can efficiently burn fat and how well it rebuilds in general. And again, pointing the finger back at the food industry, a lot of the junk in the supermarkets is just nutritionally bankrupt. So, it's unfortunate because I see a lot of people whose weight goes up and down all the time, and these people get down on themselves because they think there's something wrong with them. They think they don't have enough willpower. Well, guess what? This is not so much willpower as it is the limitation of counting calories. Let me show you a study. So it's not just me talk here. Let me show you a study that was put out by Harvard Medical School. And I always encourage people to look things up. This was put out by Harvard Medical. It's called Stop Counting Calories. It was published a couple of years ago, and it was conducted by one of the top experts on obesity in the United States. And what she says is that we've got to rethink our whole approach to not just losing weight in the short term, but keeping it off for the long haul. That's the biggest headache and frustration for people, is keeping it off for the long haul. And I also want to throw in the cake mix here. There's no medical proof that counting calories even works long term. There's not one clinical study out there that says counting calories is the best way to keep the weight off for the long haul, because it doesn't work for most people. And let me tell you why it doesn't work. Because when you go into a calorie deficit, okay, just a reminder, your body doesn't count calories. Your body understands nutrition, and what you're doing is you're dialing back the amount of fuel you're giving your body. Now, you might be saying, like, what is this guy talking about? If I eat too much, I need to cut back on the amount of food. But here's what happens when you do that, okay? You cut back on the amount of fuel you eat, your body starts burning fat and muscle. And it's the loss of lean muscle that slows down your metabolism. Well, guess what else happens when your metabolism runs slower? Drum roll. Okay, ready? Seatbelt on. Your ability to burn fat diminishes. So that's why so many people who either get on a diet or they do these pharmaceutical drugs now, the Ozempic and the Wegovy that suppresses the appetite, you start burning off lean muscle, and it's harder and harder to burn fat. And that's why so many people will have success in the beginning, and then they hit that brick wall. And then they're wondering, like, how come I can't burn fat after a certain point? I'm going to the gym. They think they're doing everything that they're supposed to, and they start thinking there's something wrong with them. Something's wrong with my body. I don't have willpower. It's nothing to do with that. This is the downside and the outcome of every method of calorie restriction out there. So it's not your fault. I'm not saying to coddle you or, be the tree that you should hug. I'm telling you, this is what happens with calorie deficit for most people. And think about this for a second. How natural is it to count calories? You got to pull out that app on your phone and decide, can I plug in the toaster or can I plug in the hairdryer? You get where I'm going. I'm being sarcastic, but it's not a healthy way to eat food. It's stressful. And then people get down on themselves and they end up binge eating and they undo whatever progress that they made. So, ironically, counting calories has been around for hundreds of years, but only more recently, as science said, it's just not a great way to keep the weight off long haul. All right, so if counting calories is not the way to go and you want to get sustained weight loss results for the, obviously for the long haul, what other options are there? Well, I want to share a system with you in a moment that the original concept of it was to cut back on the amount of food, but without cutting back on the amount of nutrition. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So what you're looking at is the core products for something called a 30-day reset. It's a holistic nutritional system. There's no counting calories with this. Instead, what this system does is it addresses what I call the 3 culprits that contribute to excessive weight gain and poor health in general. Ready for the 3 culprits? Nutritional deficiency, toxicity in the cells, and stress. And these 3 core products, I'll give you a quick summary of what they are, and then I'll go in a little further in the next couple of slides. The container with the red text, those are superfoods. Those are meal replacements. That's something that you would take in, obviously, to replace your meals. A little bit more on that in a minute. The two smaller containers in the upper left, those are adaptogens to help regulate our stress level. And then the two products in the lower left are what we would take on a day of intermittent fasting. Now, this system was so incredible, they tested it against the #1 diet in the United States, which is the Mediterranean. This was the results. So in the first of 7 clinical studies, when it was tested against the Mediterranean diet, the folks who were on the 30-day system saw 56% more weight loss, twice as much visceral fat. That's the stubborn fat down in the belly that's the hardest to burn. It's also the fat that holds on to toxins then when we can't eliminate them from our bodies. Things like forever chemicals, pesticides, dioxins, PCBs, and a whole lot of other junk. We don't want these in our system. 25% improvement in gut health. And let me get my camera out of the way. 6 to 9% more lean muscle on the 30-day reset. See, if this was a diet, people would be losing lean muscle, not adding more lean muscle. And guess what? The folks who are on the Mediterranean, they all lost lean muscle, and they all ended up putting the weight back on. So again, this is not a diet. This is a holistic nutritional lifestyle. All right, let me show you how easy it is to incorporate these 3 core products. First order of business, nutritional deficiency. All we do for the first 6 days of each week is we take these superfoods. They're made just like a smoothie. They have all 90 key nutrients. They have digestive enzymes to improve gut health. They've been clinically proven to add more muscle, not deplete it. We need muscle for a healthy metabolism so we can burn fat efficiently. So this is what you do. For the first 6 days, you just replace 2 of your regular meals. They've got 8 grams of fiber. They're low glycemic. They help to alkalize the body. A lot of diseases and allergies and junk like that thrive in acidic conditions. This is going to help to alkalize the body. So then on the 7th day, what we do is a day of intermittent nutritional fasting. And we're going to take this product 4 times throughout the day. It's got 16 different herbs to help the liver more efficiently, clinically proven to get rid of a lot of awful toxins we're exposed to. See, unfortunately, the environment's gotten more polluted over the decades, so our bodies are getting bombarded like no other time in history. So if you're somebody who struggles with brain fog, you're constantly tired, you're getting poor sleep, that's an indication you might be dealing with a toxic overload in your system. This product here does a wonderful job of getting rid of a lot of these awful toxins from our system. And then the third and final product I want to show you is what we use to manage our stress. And this comes in the form of adaptogens. Adaptogens have been known to help take the edge off when we're stressed out. They've also been shown to improve mental clarity when we're feeling tired and sluggish. And this is something you would take every single day for the 30 days. So 3 core products, really easy to implement in your day-to-day. No counting calories, none of that mumbo jumbo and all the mental gymnastics that go with counting calories. So if you or somebody you know is struggling with excessive weight gain, or maybe you're not even overweight, but you're dealing with the brain fog, constantly feeling tired, I know I speak from experience. I had that affect me for over 25 years. I tried this system out, what was it, 4.5 years ago now. Came highly recommended to me by a friend of mine. And I thought I'd try it out. I'll take it for a test spin. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I got to tell you, a week into it, a week of taking the superfoods and doing that intermittent fasting and taking those adaptogens, I had a very significant breakthrough, finally. 5 years of brain fog cleared up. I got best sleep I had in ages. Everything improved. If I learned one thing, and only one thing, is that when you give your body this kind of high-quality nutrition that has clinical science to back it up, guess what? Everything works better. So now I'm 61 years old. I turned 61 before Christmas. I've been exercising again for the last couple of years. I'm back to doing running, lifting weights, doing hatha yoga, all the things that made me not so much of a dull boy. And that's why I'm here today to share this with you. It's no good if I keep it to myself. So if you guys want to get any more information on it, you can go to my homepage here, The Body Wish on YouTube. There's a link to a website. In fact, you know what? I'm going to show you the website. Let me switch cameras here. You can access this from my YouTube homepage. It's thebodywish.wordpress.com. When you get to the home page, go up to the products and then click on nutritional system. It's got a lot of great information, much of which I've just shared with you. There's a little bit of science up there. The clinical studies I mentioned earlier when it was tested against the Mediterranean diet. If you want to connect with me, if you go to the contact page, there's a Calendly link. If you want to set up a Zoom consultation, I'm more than happy to connect on Zoom. Hit me up with questions, hit me up with skepticism, bring it on. This is how we learn. Sometimes in life, we don't know what we don't know unless we take that extra step and do some additional investigation. That's how I got into this. I thought my friends had a lot of great things to say about the products. No junk chemicals, no artificial this or that, no GMOs. It's just really healthy ingredients that produce a synergistic effect on the body. So that's why I'm here sharing it with you, because I know a lot of people are struggling. You know, if not with excessive weight gain, people are dealing with this chronic fatigue and the brain fog and all that shit. I had that happen to me. So I know you're preaching to the choir. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up and wind things down. I'll let you get back to your evening. I'd be honored if you subscribe to my channel. I'm always putting out holistic remedies, motivational tips to improve your mindset, and of course, my dry sense of humor. Can't go a day without it. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been an honor. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.